Send me away via subspace. Beam me a message from home. Cast me a hello in hollow. Tell me I'm not all alone. The corridors are narrow and the rations miss the mark as we fly like Xeno's arrow past the sparkles in the dark. I think of home and what I miss is picnics in the park. Oh, send me away via subspace. Tap me a line or two, because though we grow distantly, relativistically, I'm coming home to you.
Romping, stomping, watch your noggin, here comes the Joe Hills. Jumping, lunging, your bones be crunching, here comes the Joe Hills. Here comes the Joe Hills.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
Howdy, stream. Gotta warm up my voice. Haven't talked much yet today. It's early in the morning in Tennessee. No, it's 10:18. It's not that early. Welcome, Ian Hancock. Welcome, Sazelcroft. Welcome, Terrence Ponzer, Meta Knight, Jim Duncombe, Second Vortex, Ryan Baird, Judith Norton, Smith something, Meta Knight again. I don't need to read all your names twice. Vincertus Cruelulus, New Name 04. Glad to have you VR videos as well. Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome Gavia Gaiman and Ben Paw. Welcome Duck for the Duck. Welcome Pearly Dog. We are getting set up. Yes, I'm green and blue. I'm perfect in every way. My favorite. Welcome Avia Simmons. Welcome Nutty Night 42. We are getting this chat stream, live stream kicked off right. Now some people, they like to do that like 15-minute countdown thing. I don't have 15 minutes. Oh no, I don't even have a watch. I forgot my watch. It's not a good time to count down by 15 minutes, clearly. So instead what we're going to do is we are going to start making some YouTube magic today. For those of you guys who have never seen one of my streams, the basic format follows. Basically, formatically speaking, I run around and I do stuff on the Hermitcraft server. Then I make a YouTube video based on the stuff I did during the stream. Now, you might say, Joe, isn't that just a bunch of clips from your stream? Well, the thing is that I turn off the face cam when I record the YouTube-specific segments. So imagine this more like, kind of like a TV show where you're like hanging out on set and you're talking to the people who are doing stuff. That's me, I'm doing stuff. But then when they actually say action, you can't talk to them right now because they're filming. So what I'll go ahead and do when I actually am ready to record the YouTube segments, I'll turn off my face cam to let you guys know that I'm in like YouTube focus mode and I won't be talking to the chat as much. For right now though, I can be like, hey, welcome Jackson, how's it going? Welcome Unstoppable Gaming. Please don't promote your own channel. Welcome Dobie Eval. Welcome Some Gamer. Welcome Alexander. Glad to have you. Glad to have you, Theric and Florian as well. Welcome one, welcome all. Hey Ryan, no, this is not a lunchtime stream. I'm working a weird shift tonight, doing some server maintenance stuff. So I actually have, basically I don't start work until this afternoon, and then I work until late at night, once a month. So this happens to be that day for the month of September, so we can get all our server maintenance done. It's good. Sazelcraft says, love your videos, Joe. They're great. Thank you, Sazelcraft. Also, welcome, Jaderade. Hola! ¿Cómo está usted? Duck for the Duck says, is it just me or is the chat completely empty after my last message? We're triple streaming on 3 services, guys. YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch, because none of them pay me enough money to actually be exclusive. It's a good system. I don't have to get money from them, and they don't have to have exclusivity from me. I am a big fan of how this works. Don't sign an affiliate exclusivity agreement is a big recurring theme. La da da. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to even sell pumpkins and pumpkin-related gear? I'm almost thinking the actual way I want to sell the pumpkins would be carved pumpkins, uncarved pumpkins, pumpkin seeds. But I'm also thinking, like, maybe this isn't a big... So this is not an optimal pumpkin patch if we're actually trying to grow pumpkins, like, for real. Not that we especially are. But, you know, it would be nice. It must be nice. It must be nice to have a pumpkin patch on your side. Yeah, so let's maybe go ahead and grab some bone meal. Do we have any bones left? We might have used them all in our last adventure. I did see some pumpkin seeds in there, though. Here's what I'm thinking, is we'll set up pumpkin seeds. Actually, the way to actually sell this stuff would probably be to put the pumpkin seeds in one chest. So we'd be like, pumpkin seeds. One diamond per 16 seeds, let's just say. Done. Okay, so then we can kind of hop in here with these seeds and just kind of spread them out. Give it... I don't know what the actual value of pumpkin seeds are, but I don't want people to just go set up their own pumpkin farms. So it's in my best interest to keep them priced high here. Sandalier says, how's Nashville right now? I traveled through there recently on my way to Chattanooga 2 weeks ago. It finally stopped raining, which we like. Ryan Baird writes, Alexander Pumpkinton. Art Ronson says, I should double all my profits at Shroomit by Shroomsino by gambling. Nah, I'm probably not going to gamble. Sarah Sheffer says, hey, I was watching Hey Hey Hey, came out and saw your stream. I am streaming. Welcome, Sarah Sheffer. Welcome, Vincentus. Let's see. Who else is saying hello? Welcome, Game and Mashup. Hero Kobori. I don't want to play the Phantom Run because I'm scared. I'll save it for Halloween because it's scary. Welcome, Zuffins9. Welcome, Sweeney Dunstan. Okay. Welcome, Spencer Van Reese as well. Pearly Dog says, in Ireland it never stops raining. I'm sure it doesn't. Welcome, Forsaken Dragonite. We are just getting set up right now over here. I'm kind of giving these pumpkins a chance to grow, but what I actually should be doing is going to get seeds for the, or not seeds, bone meal for the newly planted ones. So we're going to have jack-o'-lanterns for sale, as well as, so we'll have carved pumpkins, and we'll have uncarved pumpkins, not necessarily in that order. And we'll put these here, and we'll put a sign on these as well. This one will say, fresh pumpkins. Pumpkins. And then we need a price. Let's say 1 diamond for 16. And we'll say carved pumpkins. 1 diamond for 16. We should probably have that all on one line. Done. Okay. And in the meantime, what we can do is, we can put a jack-o'-lantern back into here to give it a little bit of a coolness factor. Like, maybe we should put the jack-o'-lantern on something? Maybe not. What if we set it back here? Yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. Kind of like that. Actually, I kind of like the idea of having a few random jack-o'-lanterns just kind of back in here. So anywhere I've got a torch now, Just kind of throw a jack-o'-lantern down. Welcome, my Jevin. I hope your morning is Septemtacular. That's like a combination of September and tentacular. It means pretty good. Santa says sell pumpkin pie as well. Oh, I didn't even know there was pumpkin pie in the game. That's actually a really good idea. Can anybody tell me what the recipe for pumpkin pie is? I can put signs on chests now. Yeah, but it's hard for people to open the signs. Or open the chest with the signs there. I should sell phantoms in the store. That scares me. No, I don't want to do that. Well, I'll be making another video about my daughter. Well, my daughter has to be at school during the day, so that's not really convenient right now. Am I going to sell ender pearls? Currently, I don't have a good way to get ender pearls. Forsaken Dragon Knight says, do you think all of you hermits will open a fan server to see how your fans play Hermitcraft? My fan server, for people on my Patreon at the $10 a month thing, actually, we use the same seed as the Hermitcraft seed. And those folks are doing some cool stuff. I think they're having their dragon fight this weekend, actually. So, yeah, at patreon.com/JoeHills, you can sign up $10 a month to join my fan server. I'd love to do a free thing, but I don't have the money or time or staff to actually do that. So we found that $10 a month is kind of the sweet spot where people can join who want to get along with others, and people who can't get along with others can't get in. I don't have time to kick people out for being bad, basically, is what it comes down to. I know there are some other people that have free servers. They also have, like, staves or staves. I don't have anybody who works for me, so that's kind of a limiting factor on a lot of things. Now, part of that is I feel very strongly about not having people volunteer to run community stuff for me. If they want to create their own community stuff and run their own communities thing, then that's fine, but I just don't have the time to police people who are ostensibly running something in my name. It's just an extra headache that I don't have time for. But maybe down the line, I'll have more time. I don't know. Let's see. Welcome, hello. Sazzlecraft said, I didn't know you had kids. Yeah, I have a 5-year-old, and I also have a day job. Hiro Kobori says, I will work for you. I can't afford you. If I can't pay you minimum wage, you should do whatever you would have done for me for yourself. Like, it's better that way. What do I record with? I use OBS. Welcome, Show and Vicheka. Glad to have you today. Doc will be selling ender pearls soon. That's cool. Hey, welcome, MC Frankie. Egg, sugar, and pumpkin makes the pumpkin pie. I don't know if I have a good way to get eggs, though. And Jevin already apparently sells pumpkin pie, so I don't want to compete. Soul Sand would be a good wear. Dobie Eval, that is a good call. That is an excuse for a terrifying jaunt into the nether as well, which I like. No, Hiro Kobori says, I would work for you for free. My point is, you should work for yourself for free. If you are going to work for free, either work for yourself or find a charity, like a nonprofit organization that you can volunteer for, okay? What I do is not a nonprofit that helps people. What I do is entertainment that has a, according to the IRS, a commercial motive. What is it? A profit motive. What I am doing is not something that you should be doing anything for free for me about. Like, take your talents and use them to help people who are helping others. That's not... It's not the same thing. Anything that you could do to help me, you should be doing either, like I said, for your own projects or to help a local nonprofit. I cannot accept people working for me uncompensated. That is an ethical thing, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get at least one pumpkin along here, maybe. Back in this corner. One back here. There we go. We got a little bit of pumpkin light going on. All of these waters have pumpkins in them. This one does not. Whoa. What is down there? What is this? Okay, we're going to start the episode now. Stuart Ballard says, any collabs with Cleo this season? Maybe. I'm having a really hard time scheduling collabs because I don't know when I'm going to be recording or not. Sweeney Dunstan says, you saying you don't want or need moderators? I would rather be able to pay moderators. Okay. So we are going to start this episode here. Because we found something interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn off face cam. Turn off student. Oh, well, that's actually, I should relabel that. Save. How do you rename layer sources? Excuse me. Rename. Okay. I put this little PayPal thing in here because I always forget to ask for money. And then if my wife is like, hey, how are we doing on covering rent this month? Did you make money on YouTube or Twitch or whatever? I need to be able to be like, I tried, instead of I forgot to ask. Because, like, I think it's fine if I don't make any money off this, but if I forget to ask all the time, that makes me a bad provider for my family. Because then I didn't even try. Whoops. Oh no, I cut that pumpkin thing down. Dang it, we gotta replant that. Okay. So, we're gonna start the episode here. Let's start it, actually, here. Start recording. So for those of you guys who don't know, I turn off the face cam when I'm recording YouTube segments. So, hi Cocoa Butter, hi Alan Animal, hey Sinellier. Sorry, I'm about, welcome Ollie Lolly. But yeah, I'm about to be just doing my YouTube thing. Smith, I said your name already. You don't get 2 shout-outs. You might get shouted at for asking too many of the same question. It's repetitive. Okay. Unique, New York. How now, brown cow? An angry man. There's my story. The bitter rancor of Achilles, prince of the house of Peleus, which brought 1,000 troubles upon the Achaean host. Many a strong soul it sent down to Hades, and left the heroes themselves a prey to dogs and carrion birds, while the will of God moved on to fulfillment. It began, first of all, with a quarrel between Achilles and my lord King Agamemnon of Atreus' line. What god, then, made this feud between them? Apollo, son of Leto and Zeus. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hill's here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and we are not just here to look at Pumpkin Patch today, although I love me a pumpkin patch. Halloween is on its way so very soon. But, you know what? I was working on expanding this, I was putting in some new lighting, and I thought I need to make sure that every single one of these little waterways here has a nice little pumpkin lamp in it, as well as a few in the walls, right? That sounds good. So I started putting a pumpkin way in here, and look what I found. I seem to have discovered some sort of secret water column. I can't imagine who constructed it, that leads down into this gigantic space here. And like Indiana Jones, I have no idea what this is. In fact, I'm actually slightly concerned that it might be intended to dig up into my area here. Now that I'm actually looking at this. Yeah, that's a pretty clear collision course. So if I'm on a collision course with somebody, I need to know who they are, what they're doing. So let's see, these people. What do we know about them so far? They seem to like water pillars. They have one here. Second water pillar here. Third, fourth, fifth. Here's another one that leads directly into my pumpkin farm. It's a whole thing. So we know they love water. They seem to lack colors. We've got purple over there. We've got red there. The colors don't seem to indicate particular wings of this structure. Although clearly this is some sort of structure. It's an excavated space. It's some sort of place. Is there a way for me to get back up here if I go down there? Do I have enough dirt and blocks to pillar back up? Yes, barely. I suppose I could always just break this and let the water continue to flow down that way. Is that actually a good idea? Let's see. Is that a good idea? Boom, there we go. That is how you sneak around a secret building. So, we are just going to fall down here, gently letting the waves lead us where they may. They led us to this fella. Hey fella, do you have any information about what this structure might be? What about you, buddy? I know you're a little square, but you know, you seem on top of things. No? Maybe I could buy you a slice in exchange for some information. Could you take a stab at it? No. Okay. Well, these rubes don't know what they're doing. So that makes me think that maybe there are other clues in this structure. Okay, we seem to have a beam of magical light that's carpeted. Who likes to carpet their light? Let's see. When I think of the song This Little Light of Mine, there's no mention of throwing a carpet over the light. So it's probably not one of the authors of that song, nor one of its performers. Okay? Who does like putting carpets on things? Maybe whoever constructed the Cave of Wonders from the Disney film Aladdin, he had a cave with a carpet. I don't know if he had a beam of light. There was some water in the cave, though. So, on our suspect list, suspects, Cave of Wonders architect. I'm actually not sure, personally, if the Cave of Wonders was created by the genie, because whoever had the lamp last wished for the lamp to be put somewhere that it could only be discovered by someone who was worthy, and the entire cave was a construct intended to keep out anyone but somebody of Aladdin's level of repute. Now, it's also possible maybe one of the British people made this, because if I know one thing about the British, it's that they love underground raves. Raves are kind of a crazy alternative music thing that people do in like abandoned warehouses and strange structures, you know? And the reason that they have to be underground is because, you know, I don't know if you know this, but music piracy is something that people are getting really upset about these days. Back in the 80s, you couldn't even sing Happy Birthday without having Warner Brothers come after you for copyright infringement, which is actually why I wrote my own custom version of Happy Birthday so that I could sing it to people and not have to worry about that sort of thing. You know, maybe I should perform it for you. What do you guys think? Do you want to hear the Joe Hill's Happy Birthday song that I wrote back in the 90s? So like I said, this Happy Birthday thing has been a problem for decades. But like when I was back in the 80s, I was only like 4. I wasn't good at writing songs yet. But when I got to the 90s, you know, I was in my prime. I'm like a 5-year-old. And then at that point, I can start writing my own inventive birthday songs. So here we go. Who let the dogs out? Who, who? Who let the dogs out? Who, who? Who let the dogs out? Who, who, who? Who, 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 who? And, you know, I performed it at a few birthday parties for children. Eventually, I think somebody ripped it off and turned it into a rap song. So that was kind of disappointing. But you know what? That's what childhood is all about. A wild experimentation caused by music industry illegalization of music that's generally folk songs. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? You know? That sort of thing. So, okay, I'm just looking at this, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of, like, clear entrance or exit. Architecturally speaking, I know that Grian likes to build things that are basically traps, and so maybe this structure is a Grian trap. Not a trap that ensnares Grians, but a snare laid by Corrinne in an attempt to ensnare us. So, okay, let's go ahead and check this out over here. This seems like some sort of, I don't know, maybe we're under the shopping district. So actually, let's work backwards from there. We're under the shopping district. There's a room full of chests back here. Maybe all of this is the foyer for a grand shop. Now, obviously, the grandest shop this could be a foyer for is my pumpkin farm / Halloween store. So we probably should have brought ladders with us. Let's construct some ladders, actually, on our way out. And we can have a grave that if you climb up the ladders, you claw your way out of the grave. Okay, we're going to do that. Okay, so yes, this is officially a foyer for my pumpkin store, Halloween shop, October 1st opening, grandest opening. But, okay, you know what? Thinking about it, I can't claim credit for this because there's probably video evidence that somebody else constructed it. And if we're going to get to the bottom of that mystery, we should probably go check out their shop and see what they're selling. Okay. No real prices on anything. Ooh, they do have slimes, water buckets, sand. Man, a lot of this stuff would be really helpful. I should probably buy some of this. I don't really need stone. Slime head, that would be perfect for my store. Buckets of tropical fish called red snappers and emperor red snappers. Bunch of emeralds and kelp. Hey, I actually might take this slime block with me. Howdy, Asuma. There are so many slime balls in here. Maybe this is a slime shop. I was thinking about selling slime in my shop, but, you know, maybe I should defer to my new neighbor on account of them building me an awesome entrance that I can turn into a graveyard digging up entrance thing. Oh, while we're here, though, in all seriousness, in all lack of seriousness, let's go ahead and get those ladders so we can actually build a proper way to access my pumpkin patch, which is now a graveyard. Up the water shaft we go, where it stops nobody knows except for me, 'cause I'm the Joe that has the knowledge to keep you on your toes. Here's what we'll do. We'll build a pumpkin column and place the ladders alongside the pumpkin column. Oh, wait. Whoa, you go really fast up water columns now these days. So actually, I'm thinking about this, and I'm realizing we can't put the pumpkin column under the glass. We have to have it, like, glass adjacent. So, the actual way to place it... Whoa, man, I'm not used to this yet. So we're going to bring this pumpkin column straight up here, and then that'll be where our ladder goes. I'm not sure that 9 is going to be enough for the ladder. Wow, these pumpkins are growing fast. That's actually exactly what we want. Oh, dang it, that was the opposite of what we want. We do not want to strike at the beautiful seeds of industry, because, or the saplings of industry, because it will deprive us of the real capital in this project is these vines. By destroying these pumpkin vines, we undermine our ability to make future profit. So we need to avoid doing that at all cost. Obviously, there's going to be some lossage just due to, you know, statistically likely to occur accidents. But if we can prevent it, we should. We should attempt to be a little bit more careful. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of ladders. Because I couldn't be gladder than when I've got ladders. You'll not see me sadder than when I lack ladders. You won't see me bluster or semen lackluster when my quantity of ladders is making me gladder. I don't know. Core concept. We have built a pumpkin column to here. Oh, that's so neat. There's actually water there. I was going to have that be like a grave you popped out of, but I kind of just like it being... Okay, that's really cool. So let's go ahead and put in a sign that says Joe Hills' Halloween store up. That's not the up. We want the carrot. Where's the stick? At Joe Hills Halloween store. Yay, done. That's pretty cool. Now, in theory, I would like to actually replace some of these with jack-o'-lanterns just to make this look a little bit more cool. Or a little bit more ghoul. Haha. See, that's a Halloween joke. And, you know, it's not even Halloween yet. See, that's the real value that you're getting here. You're getting those early humors. They're not vitreous at all. Great. Okay. Boom. Halloween pillar. Now, of course, that does disrupt my ability to ascend here. Is 9 blocks going to be enough? 9 ladders? Well, we found out the hard way that we can probably guess and check. Yes, we can. Okay, great. Good guessing, good checking all around. Proud of this process. But realistically, we're going to need a sign down here too. So why don't we gather what we need to label this a little bit better. Ooh, you know, we should probably put pumpkins along this wall too, just while I'm thinking about it. There we go. Yeah, let's just think about that. Maybe I should shelter the bottom of this a little bit so people don't dig straight through and end up in my Halloween store. Let's decorate it with Halloween colored terracotta. I gotta. Let's run up here. Boom. We got some extra spider webs. We got some terracotta. Yeah, let's get some of these, one of these stacks of cobwebs here. We'll actually take the one from the middle, because I always felt like that was kind of off-centered anyway. We can swing back by here, grab what we need to manufacture our signs. You can never have too many signs in Minecraft. That's why they originally called the game Signcraft, till they realized that the world of Signcraft people were going to come after them for it. Okay, so let's munch on our chicken. It is cooked to perfection. I've made my connection to this mall. Now we're going to have it all. We're going to save the day like Tina Fey. Oh, hey, there's a zombie. That's how you attack a zombie with a shovel. You surprise them. You take a few hits to make them think you're weak. You're not weak. They're weak. Take that, zombie. How do these guys keep tracking me all the way over there is part of what I'm wondering, though. Are they coming in from this whole, like, thing back this way? They are definitely coming in from this whole thing back this way. So why don't we go ahead, put some torches... that's the opposite of what I wanted. That's not ideal either. There we go. All the zombies out there, gonna lure you in here. You will feel the cold steel of my diamond sword that's actually not made of steel. But that's how it'll feel. It is a little bit surreal how crystallized carbon can take so many shapes. Although the shapes I'm talking about are all swords is in this case. But carbon that is crystallized can do a lot of things. It can even do a little bit of ferrous ironing. We'll just go ahead and put pumpkins along there. And a couple right up here. I don't care. We'll add a couple signs and people will be able to find this is the ladder to the Atcho Hills Halloween store. Yay. Done. I was going to light it up, but look, there's already pumpkins. We're ahead of schedule. There was no schedule. That's why we're like pumpkins ahead of schedule. We're Jack-o'-lantern ahead of schedule. It is so festive when you can just go nuts with this stuff. Okay, great. So, now that we've established that, we actually do need to really secure this, because I don't want people just digging through this water here. That will be like a whole thing. So let's go ahead and get some orange terracotta all up along here. I think that if we dig up one further there, that's actually going to be a problem. Well, maybe not. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll dig out all 3 of these, put in the orange terracotta. Hopefully that doesn't like cause some sort of torrential flooding. This is the best time to do this because nobody else seems to have actually built anything in this Temple of Doom. In this mall, I assume. I mean, just looking at it, it's gotta be a mall, right? It's empty. People are trying to figure out what to turn it into. The investors are pulling out. You know, there's nobody here. It's poorly lit. It's gotta be a mall. That's the only logical conclusion that one could take. It's in the shopping district. You know? Using real estate that could be used by, like, a skating rink or a library. Mall. Called it. I called the mall. Wait, is that the phone ringing at the mall right now because I called it was a mall? Maybe. Ring, 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 ring. Well, now it's a lot louder. It is really hard to jump off a ladder onto that piece of glass. It might actually be impossible. Okay, I'm going to stop trying to jump from that ladder to that piece of glass now, and I'll just continue with... Dang it, I can't hold shift on the ladder and use the scroll wheel to change my stuff. That is truly a difficult... Okay, great. So, here we go. Yeah, that's starting to establish a little bit of this. Now, I'm guessing I should probably pillar up just like with some cobblestone here. That's probably the safest thing. You know, and then we'll just build our own little extension thing here. And boom, 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 boom. My name is Joe Hills, and I'm building an entrance to a shop. You can tell I've started, and I'm not gonna stop. Construction's underway, I've got all the papers, hey. Whoa, that guy is not my friend, and he was very nearly my end. Let's throw a hammer at him. Enjoy being slain. Also, can we light that up there? That legitimately does seem like... See, what I'm doing here is I'm exposing legitimate flaws in this process. I'm the hero here. But you don't normally say I'm the hero here because it sounds funny to say hero here. It's too many O's and here's in one thing. That's like saying I'm the jack-o'-lantern Jack. It's like you might be good at propping up jack-o'-lanterns, but you don't need to brag about it. Okay, so actually, I think I am just going to put a jack-o'-lantern right there. Next problem. Oh, that's the next problem. We are all up in... Okay, cool. So, having successfully defeated that creeper nest, we will now de-scaffold my construction. And let's get a broader view of how this appears. Well... It's clear we're going to need a little bit of extra orange right here. So let's take care of that real quick. Okay. Just gentle little taps with the pickaxe here. Gentle little taps. Perfect. And we can always shove... some cobwebs, I was thinking, kind of like back in these corners a little bit. Kind of just along this. Kind of thread them together a little. Yeah, that's kind of okay. We probably need more cobwebs out this way, though. Just realistically, it would look better. So we're going to re-scaffold this. But we're going to swing this way first this time. Oh, what was that noise? That was a weird noise. It was very quiet, though. I think I turned my sound down when I was dealing with that clicking machine yesterday. Or the other day. I have no idea how much time passes between episodes. I'm bad at calendars. Okay, so there's a spider climbing that. So this whole place could be full of deadly mobs. But you know what we're establishing here is that that's okay. I'm kind of thinking of putting some sort of cool pillar along here, but I don't know what they actually want to do with that wall, so I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. Okay, great. This is a good start. Did we ever get that sign down there? Yeah, we did. Okay, so we got our sign. We might want to add... No, these pumpkins are lighting this up enough. Let's see how it looks from way out here. If I come down here into the center of this mall, where I suspect a Cave of Wonder architect, I still haven't figured out who built this. Maybe Cilantro Gamer. Did Cilantro Gamer come back and nobody told me? No, he doesn't seem to be online. Maybe Red Eyes built this? Or ZF? Or Impsuma? I don't know. It's a mystery. But you know what? I say let the mystery be. This looks fine to me. We have a brand new entree or entrance to our Halloween shop. And we have plenty of time to continue to work on the inside. So let's get onward and inward and do some interior decoration so that we can get this open October 1st. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this Halloween store build-in exploration extravaganza. Now, you might have noticed that this episode was mid-roll ad-free. That is on account of a $50 a month Patreon donation for September from Kathleen Heath. So, in lieu of that mid-roll ad from before, I will now read a poem of my own devising. If commuting, sitting for hours and hours, and commuting again and again is a death by 1,000 cuts, who can I trust to hold the knife? Hope that was spooky enough for you. I should have written a poem about ghosts, but I think commuting's scarier. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me for today's episode. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Stream folks, don't leave. That's not the end of the stream. That's just the end of the recording. We got a solid 20-minute episode in there with no breaks. That was really cool. That actually worked really well. Hope you guys liked the poem. Okay. Build a grave room. Yeah, a graveyard, really. Yeah, don't leave, guys. The episode's over, but not the recording. Or not the stream. I'm still streaming. I'm turning the face cam back on. Welcome. Also, while I was gone, did I miss any donations I need to thank people for? Hey, we did. Let's go ahead and pull those up. Normally, when I'm recording, I don't interrupt the recording for a donation unless I was about to take a break anyway. So, there are water elevators all around the mall. Oh, that's actually good to know. I didn't know that. Welcome, Cocoa Butter Z. Welcome, A78R3. Let's see. We have a donation for $10 from Laura G. So thank you, Laura, for your kind donation. Your support helps pay the rent for this studio space and cover my travel expenses to meet conferences, meet people like you guys. I'm actually probably going to have to build a new computer at some point, too. All that stuff helps. Okay, so wait. Which one are the water elevators to get out? See, these don't seem like water elevators to me. These seem like just... See, I don't think there's actually a way to get up to this level, actually. It's the dirt mall, haha, that may kill you. Well, I think it's more fun to not know who built it. Big center columns. Oh, okay. Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here, Cocoa Butter Z. The stony columns. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll go check out those columns. Build a grave room. Oh, I see what you're saying. Stuart Ballard says, I'm impressed your intro hasn't changed a syllable or the slightest inflection since at least 2013. I've been doing this since like June of 2011. But yeah, no, I knew when I started this YouTube thing. I was like, how do I want to start my episodes? Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And I've stuck with it since. We actually... I might actually start the next episode in here. Is it getting dark outside, though? Yeah, let's maybe take a little break before we start the next episode. I'm not not a break from streaming, but a break from Are we allowed to show? Let me make sure this isn't in the spoiler chat as like something I'm not allowed to show. I might be in big trouble. Because sometimes people in the Hermitcraft thing are like, don't show this until this day. Okay, nobody seems to say this is a spoiler. Okay. Okay, cool. So I think we're in the clear. Yeah, no, both episodes are out. So, okay, we're in the clear. They already showed them all? Excellent. Did they say there were rules for building them all? Tango released it yesterday. Okay, great. You know, okay, so let's do some interior work on our thing here. Okay. So luckily some of these pumpkins have continued to grow while we were down there, which is actually what we want, right? If it's a spoiler, it's impressive everyone in the chat knew about it. Well, the thing is, like, sometimes people will be like, hey, you know, you can show the outside of this, or like, we can't show, or don't show the progress I've made since my last episode, or... So I try to be respectful of stuff like that. And plain stone walls are supposed to be shop fronts. Gotcha. Okay. Da, 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 da. The mall is an extension of the shopping district? I guess so. I don't know. Duck for the Duck says, which mall? I only see an epic entrance to your shop that Tango built. Okay. This actually worked out surprisingly well. You know, I'm thinking that you can only get bat heads from creepers blowing up bats. I think they're a traditional mob. So, unfortunately, all the stabbing of them I'm doing, it won't help. Let's go ahead and actually move some of this stuff where it needs to go. Like this terracotta here should probably be in one of these chests. The extra... I need to sort some of this. This is the real fun of the streams. Is me going like, my inventory management is a wreck. And then people come in and go, Joe, your inventory management, it's a wreck. And I'm like, I know. Okay, so let's hang up some cobwebs kind of just around this space here. We can glass that off later. I actually like the idea of having cobwebs behind the glass in some places. That's actually kind of neat. Oh, that's a bad idea. That's a place where mobs can get me from right there. We do not want that. Okay. So I'm going to put that cobweb there so I remember not to break that block again. We actually, since we have some ink now... Oh, we actually have some black stone, or black glass. Let's glass that off. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm also kind of thinking maybe the actual way to do this would be to break this one and that one. Put this here. And like this here, and then we had the black glass like that. Although, yeah, that raises some questions about this whole piece here. Okay, so let's come back to this. Let's go ahead and make some black terracotta out of... Okay, let's put all the good Halloween color terracotta away so we don't accidentally use it in construction. Or in dyeing. When we're dyeing our other terracotta, we don't want to use the good stuff by accident. So we want to make black terracotta from original terracotta. So we could have that kind of come across here, like so. Should we have more of the purple terracotta down there, maybe? Are we out of that entirely? Nether bricks, lapis lazuli. False has bad heads and said she would do a deal. Is she online? No. I need to get her. Oh, she's at Minecon is the thing. Okay. Well, red glazed terracotta looks kind of like guts. Good point. Red glazed terracotta is creepy. We should cook some red glazed terracotta. That is a good idea. I'm not overflowing with red dye, though. Which is a legitimate failure of mine at this point. Nor do I have a ton of bones. So, maybe we need to go back to Asuma's bone farm, and... yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's just kind of put that like this. I think that'll be... oh, I actually really like that depth element there. That's actually curiously interesting. And I really like having this stripe around here, too. We're going to just keep going with this stripe. Oh, yeah, and there's a creeper. This is definitely giving the shop a more unified visual feel, I think. Whoops. And then that actually carries right on through back to here. Oh, interesting. That actually needs to go one further if we're going to align it the way we had done the other ones. Well, that is a pickle. I guess we could have... how would we even do that? We could have the terracotta kind of come across like this. And on this side, we'd just kind of keep it there, I guess. Okay. Well, actually, I guess one option would be to have the stairs kind of connect to that, but maybe we just accept that that's going to be weird there. And we have... what if we put black stained glass in, actually, right there? So now mobs can't get through. We still have this cool thing. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Let's see, what is chat saying? Bring back Pig Brother. I will. I'm waiting. I might be outcompeted by the terracotta shop. That's okay. Yeah, we need to open this shop October 1st so people can do their Halloween-themed builds. So then we'll just come in like so. Whoops, dang it, of course I've already messed that up. Actually, if you come straight up the ladder, probably... Welcome, mall shoppers. To Halloween store. There we go. now it actually seems like it was intentional for me to have the entrance be down here, which it was not at all. Oh man, this all really tied the room together. Okay. Let's see. Sweeney Dunstan says it's looking really good so far. I'm glad. I feel like I haven't gotten as much done as I would like. I've just been really busy last few weeks with all sorts of stuff for work. I have not had a real day off for like 2 weeks, so I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, because tomorrow is a real day off. Today I'm just working a weird shift, which is good and bad. It's good because I get to stream at a different time during the day that a lot of people wouldn't normally get to watch, but it's bad in that I still like I get to make stuff all day, but then I have to go do other stuff, so I have to conserve some of my energy from the day so that I'm not too tired to work later. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So we got some pumpkins set up in there. We need to go get bones. And wow, this is already looking way better. I kind of want to put an arch over these windows here. I was thinking I would do black terracotta for that, but I'm feeling just personally... Okay, so we need bones so we can make the red dye. Actually, I need to write down bone meal for red dye. We also need bone meal for pumpkins. Okay. Obviously, you're not a golfer. Man, you know what I really want to do? I want to do a performance of Two Gentlemen of Lebowski. I need to talk to Adam Bertocci about getting permission to do that. That would be such a cool thing to do. So, like, in the past, when I've done, like, a Halloween night live stream, I've done, like, readings from different things. And I actually... oh, wait, I don't have a normal terracotta thing, do I? Never mind. Well, we'll just leave the normal terracotta back in one of these chests, then. Pick a chest that's not already full. Okay, yeah, this is a bad plan. Okay. Well, then. That was bad plan all around. Let's just dump some of this stuff to make some room. Pumpkin seeds I can put in the pumpkin seed chest. Was there more pumpkin seeds actually in there? Yeah, there we go. Two Gentlemen of Lebowski is a telling of the story of the Big Lebowski in Shakespearean language. So let me see if I can find an excerpt. I can't read the whole thing on stream because of copyright, but I can read an excerpt for educational purposes. So let me see if I can pull one of those up real quick. Two Gentlemen of Lebowski. Can I skip pages in here? Let's go to page 10. Scene 1, or here we go. Act 1, Scene 1. The Knave's house. Enter the knave, carrying parcels, and Blanche and Woo. They fight. Blanche. Whither the money, Lebowski? Faith, we are servants to Bonnie, promised by the Lady Good that thou in turn were good for it. Woo. Bound in honor, we must have our bond. Cursed be our tribe, if we forgive thee. Blanche. Let us soak him in the chamber pot, so as to turn his head. Woo. Aye, and see what vaporizes. Then he will see what is foul. They insert his head into the chamber pot. Blanche. What dreadful noise of water in thine ears? Thou hast cooled thy head. Think now upon drier matters. Woo. Speak now on ducats, else again will thee duckest. Whither the money, Lebowski? The Knave. Faith, it awaits down there someplace. Prithee, let me glimpse again. Woo. What, thou rash egg! Thus we will drown thine exclamations. They again insert his head into the chamber pot. Blanche. Trifle not with the fury of two desperate men. Long has thy wife sealed a bond with Jock Treehorn, as blood is to blood. Surely thou owest to Jock Treehorn in recompense. Woo. Rise and speak wisely, man, but hark, I see thy rug, as woven in the Orient, a treasure from abroad. I like it not. I'll stain it thus, to deadbeats ever thus. He stains the rug. The Knave. Sir, prithee, nay! Blanche. Now thou seest what happens, Lebowski, when the agreements of honorable business stand compromised. If thou wouldst treat money as water, flowing as the gentle rain from heaven, why, then thou knowest water begets water. It will be a watery grave, your rug, drowned in the weeping brook. Pray remember, Lebowski. The Knave. Thou errest! No man calls me Lebowski. Hear rightly, man, for thou hast got the wrong man. I'm the Knave, man. Knave in nature, as in name. Blanche. Thy name is Lebowski. Thy wife is Bonnie. The Knave. Zounds, man! Look at these unworthiest hands! No gaudy gold profanes my little hand. I have no honor to contain the ring. I am a bachelor in a wilderness. Behold this place. Are these the towers where one may glimpse Geoffrey, the married man? Is this a court where mistress of common sense are hid? Not for me to hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, sir. I am loath to take a wife, or she to take me, until men are made of some other metal than earth. Hark! The lid of my chamber pot be lifted! Woo. Search his satchel. His words are a fantastical banquet to work pell-mell havoc and confusion upon his enemies. There sits 8 pounds of proof within. Blanche. Villainy! Why, this confounded orb, such as men use to play at ninepins. What devilry! These holes in holy trinity. The Knave. Obviously thou art not a golfer. Blanche. Then thou art a man to carry ball in his sack? Thou varlet, a plague upon your house. I return thine orb to earth. He drops the ball. Thy floor cracks in haste, sir. Thou art not a man of ample foundation. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Obviously, because I can't. That's just an excerpt. But yeah, Two Gentlemen of Lebowski by Adam Bertocci. I am a big fan of that. But yeah, there is actually a book on tape version of Two Gentlemen of Lebowski that I listen to on car rides. I really like it. I think listening to things in iambic pentameter is something that's helpful for me as a performer, and I try to do so when I can, even though it's not really part of my plan to establish myself as an iambic man. But, you know, anytime we can switch to a pentametric system, you know, in order to accommodate our European fans, that's a step in the right direction. Whoa, that bat really scared me, man. Okay, where were we? We were climbing up here. We need to go get bone meal to grind up to make our bone bread like we're giants. Yeah, giants. Da-da-da-da-da-da. We might be giants. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I don't know what I expected. Dang it. Okay. Is it actually daytime too? That's actually a real concern. I can go to Tango's Iron Farm for poppies. That's a good point, but it doesn't solve the bone meal for pumpkin problem. Am I ready for Minecon Earth? Maybe. I got an email that I should go to the Microsoft store tomorrow. Okay, this is a bad way to do this, clearly. I need to have a real exit to this store before we open. That much is becoming clear. Okay. Yeah, this whole last bit here, there's no good ladder up to the top. That's going to be a problem. I should establish a stairwell or an additional ladder. This jump from this ladder to this ladder is a real pain. Okay. Let's see. X sells bone blocks in his turtle shop. Well, the thing is, all of the hermits mostly use diamonds as a currency, and I have no diamonds. I used the last of them on my pickaxe. Okay, so how are we for time? Oh, wait. Those nightmare things are going to attack me again. I haven't slept in a bed. So let's think about this real hard. Okay. Okay, I'm going to let the night pass. AFK. BRB. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, take a quick break while we let night change to day. Don't forget, you can support me at paypal.me/JoeHills or patreon.com/JoeHills. I will be right back. Welcome back. Oh, wait, I'm back. You're welcome back, too, though. Avia Simmons said, I'm shocked you did that so professionally, Joe. It was like a book on tape. Well, the thing is, though, that I do, I talk to a microphone, like, all the time. That's literally what I'm doing right now, is I'm talking, yeah, the name is Two Gentlemen of Lebowski. By Adam Bertucci, I think. I'm going to just paste that into the chat for everybody who was curious. Okay. I could use poetry as currency. I don't think they would get it. Which biome am I voting for in Minecon? I think the secrecy of the ballot is important. I'm not going to formally endorse a biome for Minecon. Although maybe that would make a good episode, so maybe I should. Welcome. Please read. Please pay attention to signage. Ha 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 ha. It's spooky. See, somebody reading that. Dang it. I wasn't actually supposed to fall down there. Dang it. Okay. Well, at least more of our pumpkins have grown. Yay. Do 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 do. Hey, pumpkin, pumpkin. Okay. 2 Hermits of Rendowski. For future possible Pig Brother Plank, Isuma has many name tags that you could ask him for. Maybe. I have some name tags. Name tags are not the biggest problem right now. Biggest problem right now is bone meal. Actually, the biggest problem is the fact that we're trapped inside at night. Oh yeah, I've got a bed. Dang it. I keep forgetting to sleep in the bed, and then the nightmares keep happening, and it's bad all around. Okay. I need to build a platform here. That's good enough for me right now. You know, arguably I could cover that thing up until I'm ready to use it also. But I'm not gonna do that. That sounds like work. 'Tis merely your opinion, sirrah. No, there's actually a lot of really good quotes in that Two Gentlemen of Lebowski. I, of course, cannot remember any of them at the moment. Whew. Okay. Da 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 da. Hey, YouTube, do 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 do. Yeah, I'm live 3 times, unknown user. I'm live on Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer at the same time. Because you know why? I didn't sign an exclusivity contract. I was about to make a rude gesture, but then I realized that would violate the terms of all 3 services. Which, just because I didn't sign an exclusivity contract doesn't mean that I can be rude about it. But I can be proud of it. I can simultaneously stream. Hey, streamer, do 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 do. Let's go kill skellies, do 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 do. We are in Wells Knight's underground thing now. What are you guys voting for Minecon Earth? Actually, if you want me to read aloud what you are planning to vote for, you can send money to paypal.me/Joe Hills with the comment being who you think should get Minecon Earth. Structure it like, my name is Pearly Tiger, and I think blah 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 should win the vote. Let's see, I think I should stand here. Is this actually turned on? Is there a switch? Some of these have switches. See, the thing about these farms is, on the one hand, I'm like, this is a great farm to hang out during the stream, but then at the same time, like, the amount of time it'll take for it to generate all the skeletons and stuff. Stand on the crafting table will trigger the spawner. Okay, so I'm clearly in precisely the right place. We'll just have to be patient. Okay. Welcome, Jerry Mouse. Glad to have you today. New to the stream, you are certainly welcome. Welcome, Omega Owl. Who let Omega Owl in? Who let the owl owl? Phrasing Joe, Wells' underground thing. Okay. No, don't just type random lyrics from your favorite song. Welcome, Chris. We are trying to see if the skeleton farm actually spawns skeletons. I'm wondering if somebody... Are we... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, are we hitting the mob cap somewhere? Welcome, Krypton 2. Glad to have you. Welcome, Prabal Deep. Let's see what is going on. Why use the Skelly farm? What about the Guardian or Pig? Because I need bones, and Guardians and Pigmen don't have bones. That's why they're so gelatinous. They're like tiny squishals. Tet says, do you think Seth Bling should join Hermitcraft next season? Seth Bling has never expressed an interest in joining Hermitcraft. He is a great guy, though. I've been very lucky. I've gotten to meet him several events. Minecon Las Vegas. I hung out with him at PlayOnCon. He is a great guy, but not everybody wants to join Hermitcraft. If you're like, hey Joe, should D'Arcy Carden join Hermitcraft next season? I would be like, OMG, if D'Arcy Carden wants to join Hermitcraft next season, then yeah, I'm gonna say that would be a great thing. But like, she's probably busy doing her own stuff, So like, when you guys are like, do you guys think Seth Bling should join Hermitcraft? I think Seth Bling is probably, basically as famous as D'Arcy Carden at this point. So like, it's kind of one of those things like, I don't get to decide what famous people do, Like I said, the difference is I actually have met Seth Bling several times, though, and I've never actually gotten to meet D'Arcy Carden. So, that's probably my fault, though. I should go to LA more. I get to meet all those famous people. But I've only been to Los Angeles once, and that was for Minecon, actually. 13 bones, that's a start. I should write a book about Minecraft mobs. Avia Simmons says, who were the first hermits? Generic B, Biffa, Red Eyes, Top Mass, Hypno. I mean, I was the first one invited after the first wave, but okay. Yeah, Suma was one of them. Snoztacular says, did you know Cubfan rigged your lookout post in Convex with a trap for you? Well, the problem is that I didn't know that, and then I teleported away. So, do the Hermits have a group chat or Discord where we talk to each other? Something like that, but we're not like, nobody's paying us to use their service as a sponsored thing, so I wouldn't say which one because nobody's paying us to. Did I find Jingle? I did not. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta let a vendetta go. Until the 5th of November. Remember the mailbox. What rhymes with okay. We're opening up Rhyme Zone. We got some time to kill while this skeleton spawns. Now's actually a really good time for rhyming stuff. Tuna says, you're underrated. Well, I hope you get noticed by other peeps. I'm doing fine. Like, here's the thing, is if you're looking at my numbers and you're comparing them to other people, you're doing something that I'm not doing. The big thing, like, the biggest concern that we have with what we do, is actually that I'm trying not to lose a ton of money on all this at this point. Like, I know that, okay, I gotta have a day job, I can't do this full time, whatever, that's fine. But in the very least, I need to not be doing my wife and daughter a disservice by, like, going to these conventions, which a lot of times I'm out of pocket for hotel and airfare, and that I'm not spending too much money on rent for the studio or spending too much on cameras. So, luckily we got some folks chipping in on Patreon and via PayPal. In fact, we just got a donation. Let me see. Oh, actually, no, we didn't. Never mind. I misread this. Man, PayPal, quit changing your interface. It's impossible to tell how this... But, core concept. Yeah, I'm not looking at other people's subscriber numbers or viewer numbers. I'm not looking at mine and saying, like, I gotta do what they're doing. I'm just making what I want to make, and I'm trying to do so in a way that does not come at the expense of my family. There were some times before we started doing the studio thing where when I would start working on YouTube too much, it was getting in the way of my wife's studies. And so I'm trying to be sensitive to the fact that my success can hold her back if I'm not careful about how I manage all of these things, which is one of the reasons that we, for example, have the studio that's not in our apartment, because she's working on a PhD in biophysics. She's working on vaccines. And I think, like, if I'm slowing down somebody's ability to design new vaccines, I've probably screwed up my entertainment business, right? That's a big red flag. So I try to be very conscious of trying to grow what I'm doing through making what I want to make rather than focusing on just hitting targets. Somebody says, how many subs are you aiming for? I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. It's maybe that's something that other people are doing, but I don't have time for that. And my family definitely doesn't. So, as long as I can keep this relatively self-sustaining financially, I can just keep doing it indefinitely. And so it's not like, oh, if I don't make it big by this time, I'm going to be upset. Like, no, this is a hobby. You guys have hobbies, I hope. So, let's see. Chris says, is she using specific tools like CRISPR to develop plasmoids? She's actually more focused on the computational side of things, looking at, I'm going to forget the words for this, how, basically she's looking at how the proteins actually interact with each other structurally in order to determine, what's the word? It's not receptors. There's something about how viruses attach themselves to cells that also has to do with being recognizable to white blood cells. This is not my area of expertise, but she's working on computational models of those structures to develop better vaccines. So that's all I could really tell you. But my point is, I need to stay out of her way and make cool things. I need to, like, if my hobby was golfing and it was getting in the way of her studies, that would be a problem. If my hobby was painting and that was getting in the way of her studies, that would be a problem. I cannot, like, when you're married, you got to be a partnership, So I've got to find a way to make sure that my hobby doesn't get in the way of her studies. And she also encourages me to find ways to do that. So when I said, hey, it might cost some money, but we should get the studio so that I'm not in your way, she's just like, okay, yeah, let's spend the money. We might not make that money back the first few months, but we need to be breaking even in the long term, So, okay, what is it? It's a 1-year lease, and I have to give 2 months notice if I break it, right? So she says, okay, well, you have 10 months. See if you can get pretty close to breaking even every month. If you're, and the last place we were at, it was $600 a month for the rent and the internet on the studio. And so, that's not nothing. And so she was willing to say, hey, go for it, but if we're just losing $600 a month after 10 months, like, we're going to have to reevaluate this, we'll have to figure out, where is this not working, and fortunately I was able to break even, and then we continued that lease. And then we eventually had to break that lease because it was in a building that I no longer work in, and that was a big part of why I wanted that particular location. So I'm in a cheaper space now, but it's a shared space, and it's further out of town, it's more inconvenient. So it's kind of one of those things, like, you get what you pay for, but we're paying less so we don't have to make as much. So, it's good. But anyway, so yeah, I do want to say thank you. It looks like we just got a $5 donation from Christina, who says, I appreciate your dedication to your family. My husband and I enjoy watching your videos. Well, thank you, Christina. I appreciate your contribution. I want to make things and I want to share them with all of you guys. And so it's kind of one of those things where, like, as long as, I'm doing pretty okay and I'm not being a burden. Because, like, it's one thing to say, I want to be a painter, and then, practicing painting in your free time. It's another thing if you're, like, running out of money because you spent it all traveling to painting conventions, right? So it's kind of one of those things, like, it's a balancing act. And kind of the more, whoops, I didn't mean to take a screenshot there. The more that this brings in, the more I'm able to reinvest in it and not have to worry about, So, like, if I'm like, hey, honey, can we spend a whole bunch of money for me to go on this trip? It's a totally different conversation than, hey, I got a bunch of donations from my fans. I'm going to go on this trip, Like, because she understands, like, how that all connects. So She's been super supportive, and I need to be super supportive back. But yeah, anyway, so that's why I don't chase numbers on YouTube, because I know what it takes to chase numbers on YouTube, and I also know that I can't do that amount of... I can't put in that many hours a week to chase those numbers the way that other people do, without being less able to help her around the house, or being able to pick up our daughter, or I would have to let other things slide. And because as a parent, you can't just actually let things slide, you can just kind of shift the responsibility around. I can't just let my wife do all of her grad school stuff and take care of everything in the house and take care of all her daughter all the time. I have to be helping around the house. I have to be helping our daughter. That's part of being a partner, you know? So, anyway, sorry I've been going on a bit about this, but, like, we had some time to kill with the skeleton farm. So, once again, thank you to Christina and Laura for contributing so far this stream. I do really appreciate it. Okay, great. The computer's starting to heat up now. Dang it. Why now? Oh, thank you for the host, Resident Virus. There's a 2-tall flower farm right by the skeleton farm. Fast for red dye. Null VD, that's actually really good to know. We're gonna go right back there and go get those skeleton. Go get that red dye. That sounds like a good plan. Why don't I use proper armor? This is proper armor. It's made of carbon and iron. What do you want armor for? Benedict Truman says, I'm about to graduate college, and the responsibilities of being an adult scare me. But I was scared of college when I started high school, or when I was in high school, and I survived. Yeah, I mean, look, most of the responsibilities of being an adult are, you know, be able to support your family. If you can't, maybe plan ahead and, you know, don't start a family right away if you can't afford it or whatnot, you know. So, like, just being the actual obligations of being a single person when you first get out of college compared to being a married person are way different. Like, you have to pay your bills. You have to not trash the place that you share with your roommates. You know, don't be a jerk. Just practice not being a jerk and, you know, living with roommates, and you'll be fine as an adult. Go to your job. Don't be late for work. Stuff like that. It's basic. Via Simmons says, do I have to have a credit debit card to donate money? Yeah, that or a PayPal account. It's okay. Don't worry. So there's a skeleton farm. Here is the... Okay, so how does this... So I put this in here, and I get stuff out. Okay, so we're going to take some of these bones and cook them into bone meal. Then we'll flip the switch. So am I supposed to somehow hit the flowers? Okay. I have no idea how this works. This is neat. Okay, it sounds like it's empty now. So, so I guess when it's empty, it feeds in. Okay, well, we're getting some rose bushes still. Okay. Let's see. Why don't I have diamond armor for all the time? Because I don't have enough diamonds. You have to have diamonds to make diamond armor. Also, in the game, I die a lot. So, like, and usually in ways where it's like I fell in lava, and then I can't get my armor back. So, if I have to replace a bunch of armor, I'd rather replace iron armor. If I'm going to do something especially dangerous, like fight the dragon, then yeah, I'll go get some good diamond armor. But if I'm just running around in caves, iron armor's probably fine. Hello, Noddle. Welcome. Welcome to Default. I'm glad you were able to join us. Welcome, Jedi's Trek. BookFan08. Tanish Greg. Glad to have you here. I don't currently have a P.O. box for mailing checks to. That would be a whole thing. Jerry Mouse says, I praise you like tomato. Thanks, I guess. It means give you respect. Well, thank you. I appreciate your respect. Dragon Inside says, lever down is on, lever up is off. Thank you. Iron armor makes it easier to die. No, believe me, most of the time when I die, it's because I fell in lava or something where there was no getting back out. Like, it's... anything that's survivable, I generally can survive with or without armor. It's the unsurvivable things that usually get me. And so, like, I don't die more often because I don't have good armor. I die the same amount. Okay, so... welcome, please pay attention to signage. It's spooky. So someone comes in. I think that we might need to cover these first few here with some coal blocks. Oh, dang it. Okay, so we'll put coal blocks in here. Kind of cover that a little better. We want that to be hard to see. Welcome, please pay attention to signage. It's spooky. And then we'll put another sign back here that says something like boo. Exit. Boo. Spooks. Spookiness. Done. Alrighty, have fun at work, Knight. Sarah Schreffer says, Stampy did an entire series, including killing a wither and a dragon in iron armor. He burned every diamond he found as part of the conditions. Yeah, see? 20KFC20 says, having a elytra. No, we've been having a lot of lag issues on the server, and people keep dying, and I don't want to deal with it. Peachy806 on Mixer says, does your daughter or wife play Minecraft at all? Not very much. Our daughter just doesn't have the... She's finally old enough that she's starting to get it, but she's just not super interested in video games. Like, I think part of it is that she can't read and she gets frustrated. So she's kind of getting there, but just not all there. Ask Mumbo for help with a jump scare contraption. Oh yeah, that'd be funny. Happy National Strawberry Cream Pie Day. I had no idea. Well, thanks, Nidal. It's hard to keep up with your family and Hermitcraft. Well, I've only been doing like one episode a week the last few weeks, partially because of the family plus Hermitcraft is fine. It's when my day job starts going into the 50 or 60 hour weeks that it gets rough. I can handle 40-hour day job plus family plus Hermitcraft pretty reasonably, but the last few months at work have been really hard, which is one of the reasons my production on Hermitcraft has kind of dropped off. Which I like. The problem is, since I have to drive to the studio, if I get to the end of the day and I'm just exhausted, I don't want to get in the car. I'm just like, I'm too tired to drive. I don't want to deal with it. There we go. There's some shears that are not. Can I just plant these here wherever, or do I need to put these somewhere? How do you get red dye out of these? Oh, that's how. Cool. What did I need red dye for? Probably make more purple blocks at some point. But we'll come back to that. I definitely wanted to take some of this bone meal and get the rest of these pumpkins all fully grown. Anybody else still partially grown? Okay, cool. I am a LAMP developer. Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. I set up Red Hat Enterprise Linux servers. I write code that runs on those servers. I maintain them. It keeps me busy. It's a good job in terms of, like, if you need a job. I would rather do this all day, but it's hard to make the jump when you need health insurance. So, health insurance is very important in America. Jedi's Trek says we should plan a local meetup at the Game Point Cafe here in Nashville. Maybe. What is my trident enchanted with? The one that makes it come back when you throw it. Loyalty 3 and Mending. Dobie Eval says, video games motivated me to read. That's kind of where we're at with our daughter. We keep showing her how many cool games she could play better if she could read. She's on the fence. But she's actually getting better at reading. She's a kindergartner. Snostacular says, Joe Hill, so you work on servers? I was at Cisco for years, now I'm at Juniper Networks. Yeah, we've got... most of our stuff we host off-site in a data center. But, yeah, SSH in and configure them and stuff. Yay. I don't do, like, hardware work with them. Because, like, we have the data center people set those up for us. How old is my child? 5. What languages does your wife use? For programming, mostly Python and C. For the genomic biophysics. I don't know. I can't explain what she does very well. Like, it's not my area of expertise. But who will I target if I get tagged? I don't know. Excuse me. Sarah Schreffer says, my daughter really picked up on reading between kindergarten and first grade. My son was reading before he started kindergarten, so we were worried, but she learned at her own pace anyway. Yeah, our daughter's definitely learning. Like, we read with her at night, and she recognizes some words, and she sounds out others. She's just not like an independent reader who can just play a game with a ton of words. Let's see. Jedi's Trek says, I do spend a great deal of time on my workday on Unix servers. I work in healthcare EDI. Cool. Snostacular says, to do what you do with a full-time job, impressive. Oh, thank you. Well, like I said, one video a week is pretty okay, but I really I want to get another one recorded. Oh man, it's almost lunchtime. So let's see. So we're doing pretty okay on that first floor there. I kind of want to have... I remember why we wanted the red dye. Now, we were going to cook a bunch of the red terracotta to make... No, we don't want black terracotta in there. That's the problem with this auto terracotta cooker script that or recipe thing they built. Okay, so we wanted to cook a bunch of red terracotta to make... Oh, dang it. Of course, I have no way to... Okay, so, boom. That can go in there. That'll go in there. Take that one back out and put it in here. Wait, is it the black terracotta that has the cool red lines in it? I thought the red one did, but maybe I'm mistaken. Telteek says, any tips on controlling anger? I have a really bad temper. Pay attention to what you're doing even when you're not angry. So that way you're better at paying attention to what you're doing when you are upset, maybe? I don't know. I'm not an expert on that sort of thing. Welcome, Ozathoth. Glad that you could join us for a stream from across the pond up London way. The black glazed terracotta is the creepy one. Okay, well, I did want to have some glazed terracotta for sale that was cool and kind of creepy looking. So yeah, the red and black are probably the two. I should really probably go kill some squid. Oh, wait, we got some ink sacs. We're not in bad shape on that, then. Okay. See, it turns black terracotta into terracotta. Like, this is the dumbest thing, in my opinion, having this recipe thing set up this way. So, let's go ahead. No, what we need to do is we need to kill some kelp, I think. Whoops, that's not the same. So while we let that cook, let's go ahead and pretty much empty our inventory here. Except, let's not take out the pumpkins, because we can put those in our thing down here. Ah, I said not the pumpkins. Oh, and let's turn the wheat into hay bales. Okay. So we'll take our shears down here to capture pumpkin-y fears. Oh, dang it, that's a bad way to do that. Okay, well, that's fine. Noel says, do you rent or own your home? We rent. And Nashville is not a cheap city, unfortunately. It used to be cheaper. We ended up having to move when our daughter was born to get a second bedroom. So, yeah, that's the thing is with two kids, you really need, or not two kids, with one kid, you really need the 2 bedrooms, but the kid doesn't pay rent. So you're spending all this money on a second bedroom for somebody who can't pay for it. And then, so then if you want a 3rd bedroom, because you want a studio, it's 3-bedroom apartments in Nashville. They basically assume that you're 3 college students. And then at that point, they're like, well, we'll just make that like $3,000 a month. And then, because at the point where you're 3 students, you can all get $1,000 a month for us. And I'm like, no, we can't. We can't afford 3 bedrooms. So it's actually way cheaper for us to rent a studio space off-site than it would be for us to add a 3rd bedroom. It would be an extra $1,000 a month, at least. Like, I'm not joking. At least an extra $1,000 a month to go up to a 3-bedroom. Most places are only 2-bedroom, and you can go further out of town and get 3-bedroom places, but the traffic is terrible, and we don't have 2 cars, and we'd have to get another car. So basically, this was just the thing that made the most sense. Oh good, I'm inside of this thing. I was planning on boating around to pick all these up, but now I can't. Good planning. Can I dab? Yeah. Welcome, Pranay Aurora. Welcome, Angel Joel. There is a Minecraft event tomorrow, says 20 KFC 20. I know. I might go to my local Microsoft store and make a video about it. I'm not sure. Kind of depends on if my daughter wants to go or not. Hey, there's some kelp. I was wondering where it all was. Okay, good. So not all of it ended up inside of here. Welcome, Rose Silver 5474. Thank you for the follow on Mixer. Ah! You're not Rose. You're a zombie. That zombie almost got me. Thanks, Mixer.com. Good job, Steve Ballmer. Is Steve Ballmer still in charge of Microsoft? I don't even know. Probably not. Probably hasn't been for a while. I know Bill Gates retired a while back. I don't really keep up with all that. It's not... I try to avoid working with Microsoft products whenever I can. And then they keep buying the things I use, like Skype and Minecraft. And then I stop using them. I came back to Minecraft. Never really came back to Skype. I hear fireworks. Oh, there's somebody flying past. Okay. Do Do I plan on building anything this season based on literature, like the Ministry of Truth? Well, the Ministry of Truth is from literature. I don't know what else. Howdy, Astromus. Glad to have you today. I think we're somewhere over here. Resident Virus says, Microsoft owns Mixer. I know! That's why I was complaining about him. I also stopped using Mixer for a while when Microsoft bought it. Because I was kind of like, ah. The reason I liked Mixer was that nobody else owned them. I want to support the little guy. Welcome, Pimpinella Plays. Glad to have you, Sony, Sheila, Darth. Thank you for the raid. Howdy, guys. My name is Joe Hills. I'm playing on the Hermitcraft server. It is a Minecraft vanilla invite-only server. And we are just cooking some kelp at this point. You know, it's not the most glamorous thing. But life isn't all about glamour. I wish it could be. It'd be nice. But, you know, realistically, we've got to make room in our hearts for other things. Like taking seaweed and then dehydrating it in an oven. You know, that's important too. You know, that's why Plato wrote about it so much in his The Republic of Seaweed Cooking. A primer. Let's see here. Go ahead and get 3 of these in here at least. 1, 2, 3. Drop these 4. Boom. Yeah, we can grab these 3. Drop them in here. Hello, hello, Pimpinella and Dearth. Glad to have you guys both today on Mixer. We are triple streaming on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you see me talking to people that you think aren't there, they're there. They're just not here. It's magic. Snoztacular says, will Joe ever get a set of wings to fly around? Like I said, the server's been so laggy that it didn't make sense to get an Elytra. I would just end up dying all the time. So a lot of the other hermits, if they die, they can just be like, well, let me just run to my chest full of diamonds and then go re-enchant stuff for the next 2 hours. I don't have 2 extra hours, so... Dobie says, now you get to choose between Microsoft, Google, or Amazon. Well, that's the thing. That's why I stream on all 3 services. So if somebody has, like, a personal problem with, like, how Jeff Bezos treats his workers in the Amazon warehouses, they don't have to watch me on Twitch. I also have a problem with that. And that's one of the reasons that I don't sign contracts with Twitch. But at the end of the day, some people can't watch me on YouTube, and some people can't watch me on Microsoft. So rather than having somebody pirate my streams and restreaming them on Twitch, I figure, I'll just do it myself. Whatever, I won't run any ads, and I'll tell people that I don't like Amazon while I do it. Thanks, Twitch, for providing my favorite tool for letting people know that I don't like how Jeff Bezos treats his warehouse workers. Or how, really, his entire warehousing process with the mingled inventory is a mess. Also, your drivers are not really being treated well. Can someone sleep? I can. I am a dreamer. Sweet dreams. Those dreams were sweeter than molasses. Yay, good dreams. Hey, welcome, Martin Plays. Hello. I've been busy looking at inventories, not reading the chat too aggressively. So, let's see. What's my favorite distro in Linux? I use Red Hat for almost everything at work, and I use CentOS for my side projects. Fedora sometimes. Let's see. I've been playing Minecraft for 2 years, but I'm still a noob, says Avia Simmons, and make noob mistakes daily. Can someone give me tips for getting out of the noob category? My advice is just play in a way that you have fun. If you have a question, check the wiki. Hello, Blue Lion the Second. Welcome. We are just cooking things and taking names. Why am I putting all these dried kelp in a chest when I should be turning it into dried kelp blocks? Boom. Then we can use those to fuel the engines of industry as we continue to cook our kelp. It's effective. Cool. Actually, I'll take half of those back now. And throw some of these in here. Boom. Look at that. We are a well-oiled machine that has come aflame. We are like a pile of oily rags that someone has thrown into a furnace, and we are now drying out a whole lot of kelp. That's us. We're accomplishing that together. So thank you guys for joining me during this kelp-based exploration of inflammatory methods. We're just going to throw some more of those in there. Okay. Do I have a marketing plan ready for my Halloween store? No, I should though. You're right. Good note. Let's go ahead and grab more of these pumpkins to harvest. Because the thing is, once they start growing, or like once they're grown, the stalks don't produce additional pumpkins each time. So you really have to continuously harvest these in order to really build up your backlog. I was kind of thinking of putting up a sign that says, harvest your own pumpkin, 1 diamond. And then that way it's like special. How's it going on the Halloween store? Pretty well. We are in progress right now. I've just been cooking some kelp in order to cook some red glazed terracotta and black glazed terracotta. Okay. Let's see, I should put scarecrows at each hermit's base with an advertising sign. Oh, I do like that idea. I should make it as a human skull and the entrance is the mouth. Interesting. You know, I actually did want to take some of the black terracotta. That's why I have this ink on me. Let's get some of the normal terracotta color and then dye it black real quick. Why did that not work? Oh my goodness. This is like, this should just be the easiest thing. I should just be able to put dye in here. And just make a bunch of these. Okay, great. So, now we can put that in there, as well as 3 of these. Whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So, we'll gather some more of this, some more of that. So when we get enough black glazed terracotta, I think I want to put some trim around the windows. That'll look pretty nice. Okay. Got more dried kelp. Now we're cooking with kelp. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty. So, where are those? Should we substitute in black terracotta for one of those? No, we're good. Black glazed terracotta. Here we go. So, what I was thinking of doing was setting up some sort of little arch here. I'm not sure I like how the black interferes with the brown in this case, though. I'm going to have to think about that. So this is going to come up like this. This whole alcove here will dig out slightly and extend with the black terracotta out to here and to here. And that's how spiders get in your base. Not actually a base, but whatever. In your store. Yeah, and then we... Oh no, that's the opposite of what we wanted. Do I have any garbage blocks? What is that down there? Oh, that's more of the mall. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's actually good to know that the mall is there. So we can kind of come in like this. Let's put one lit jack-o'-lantern back here just to light that alcove a bit. We might do the back wall differently. I'm not sure. Okay, Joe, you should use some spruce trapdoors for the outside and some vines. Oh, yeah, I need to get vines. Is there a vine store? Terracotta is more resistant to creepers than concrete. That's good. Oh, I don't have a PC. This, in the mall, even in Hermitcraft, a big corporation will bother you. That's very true. Hey, welcome, Captain Diggs on Twitch. Glad to have you today. My name is Joe Hills, and I'm currently live streaming on the Hermitcraft vanilla Minecraft server. We are an invite-only server, and I do not control the invites. Believe me, I've tried. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm not in charge, so don't ask to join, please. So that definitely keeps it from looking immediately more like a cave. I almost want to mix in the red terracotta around the arches, maybe? Is that that's too bright, maybe, the red glazed. Welcome, Hooper Randall Elixir. Glad to have you. Iskall has a lot of vines. I could pinch some near the statue of Hermity. There's no vine store. Okay, so if there's vines by the statue, then what we're going to do is we're going to take our shears and we're just going to go over there. Grab some, I think. In the meantime, this will all keep cooking. Well, actually, it's almost done. Well, let's let some of that run down. We'll refill the furnaces. We'll harvest the pumpkins so then both can regrow while we grab the stuff we need. Okay. Apparently, Jevin may have had a vine farm for his mega build. Okay, cool. That's normal color terracotta. We'll take that out. Why? I think I wanted yellow terracotta for something, and I don't remember what. Probably gonna want some green terracotta at some point too, so I'm gonna have to go get some cacti sooner or later, but not now. Not yet. Okay. So, is it daytime? Yay. Ah! Oh no. Dang it. Things I am bad at. Oh, I also forgot to replenish all the furnaces. That's fine though. We can just get these replenished real quick. Throw in these extra kelp blocks. Long stream today, Joe says Sweeney Dunstan. Yep, although I am going to have to grab lunch pretty soon. It is getting past noon here in Nashville. But I want to get these vines, and I want to at least start on the next episode. Yellow terracotta is good for some lighting effects. Cool, good to know. Let's see. Okay, cool. So now we can grab these. Did I remember to grab the excess out of those first three? Just making sure. One, two, three, four. La da da da. Whoops. Okay. And there we go. That is gonna be all the kelp that's fit to cook for right now. And we have plenty left over. Great. So, let's get out of here so we can go grab those vines. Vine skip. We're actually not time skipping because this isn't a recording. Welcome, Diligent Tora. Thank you for the follow. Dude82us says, hey, love your channel. Thank you. Glad you enjoy my work. Avila Simmons says, I got to the point where 8 people on one world I gave them different biomes and a starter chest. That's cool. Dang it. No, that's not how we do it. Let's head over to that statue. Dang it. Boat. Work. Function. Andrew Cook also says, I love your channel. Thank you, Andrew. Oh no, it's about to be nighttime. Where's there a bed nearby? I think there's a bed in Python's house. Let's run to Python's house real quick. This is not going well. I'm racing against time here. Time! Thomas Ski says, I love your content too. Thank you. Okay, we are almost there. I think there was an entrance somewhere along here. As long as luckily we don't have to worry about those nightmare flapper things coming at us, because I actually slept briefly to save Ijevin earlier. So we're not in imminent peril, but we're not doing great either. Okay, come on, we're almost there. Almost there, almost to Python's house, almost to Python's little house, best house. Where's the bed? Is it upstairs? It is, yay! Redo Strike, or Redo Strike, says, how long have you been a hermit, Joe? I'm new to Season 6. I've been a hermit since Season 1. I came in a few weeks into the project. At the time, like, nobody had heard of Hermitcraft. So, people are like, Joe, how did you get invited to Hermitcraft? It's like, that's like asking how you got invited, like, to somewhere that nobody's ever heard of and isn't impressive in any way. Like, just go collaborate with people on things, and maybe they'll be the next Hermitcraft, you know? Black Recluse says, how are you doing today, Joe? I'm doing well. What time do I have? It is, Yo tengo, 12 horas y 20 minutos. I think. Somewhere over here there was a dock, and I've gotten lost. Dang it. This was a mistake. Do I need an elytra? No. Elytras are evil. But yeah, now I'm phantom proof for a few days. Kelp isn't a great long-term food source. Oh yeah, I forgot that you can eat kelp. I didn't even think of that. Okay. Kira at Pocky Neko says, hey Joe, how's your daughter? She's doing great. Welcome, Bryfly. Glad to have you today. If I could choose any YouTuber to join Hermitcraft next season, who would it be? Probably Hannah Hart or the Gregory brothers. Let's see. Use a trident with Riptide on it. I've got the trident with loyalty because I like that it comes back. Okay, so let's go give this a look here. You said there were some vines nearby. This is an interesting architectural choice. Not sure I agree with it, but what does this say? Make it all waterlogged, underwater trade. Oh, you can trade for hermit heads. GM collector gives me 3 player heads. And then the hermit head guy lets me get XP crafted, or Ijevin, or impulse. Is that one mine? Tinfoil chef. Good times a scar. Joe Hill says, you can see my goofy hair. Interesting. So vines, though. We're explicitly here looking for vines. Anzar R says you have a very soothing voice. Well, thank you. Now the Ministry of Truth can have proper heads. That's very true. I'm excited. That'll be how we bring back Pig Brother. Hey, did somebody told me there were vines here. Where are the vines on this building? If you want to play on a server like Hermitcraft, your best bet is to create your own server like Hermitcraft and then be so good at it that we invite you. And honestly, be so good at it that even if we don't invite you, you're more popular than us anyway. It's like asking, how do you join the Chicago Cubs? It's like, go play baseball for literally any other team for a while. And then maybe you can play baseball for the Chicago Cubs. Okay, I don't see any vines here, guys. Are there vines like in a function chest? Oh no, poor Jevin. See, I told you, people die from elytras on the server all the time. Okay, well, the fact that there are no clear vines here makes me think we should go find vines somewhere else. But where else can we find vines? In the swamp chomp? Maybe. Did I leave my boat? That was a mistake. Dang it. Let's go get another boat. Are there any vines on any of this stuff? Of course not. Somebody says Asuma fixed the elytra lag. In theory, yes, but I don't know. I just need a single vine and I can make my own vine farm. Here we go. Are these vines? No, these are kelp blocks. Dang it. Okay, I think there's a swamp way out this way if I go way out this way, but I need to get a boat first. Yeah, Twitter shut down vines. That's right. The turtle shop has vine decor. Okay, well, turtle shop should be right near where I am. There's the egg. Okay, we're gonna walk generally toward the egg. I see vines. Look at this vine. Isn't it neat? Couldn't you tell that this build is so sweet? Okay, so we are going to grab one of the offshoot vines here, so that way we're not, like, clearly messing with his stuff. Okay, so he's got this rigged so it'll dig down to there. Okay. So we have one vine here. If we kill this one, it'll keep growing back down until it hits that string, so we're not in trouble. Okay, so now we need to take the vines that we've just harvested and use them to get a head start on what we're doing next. Oh no, that one actually isn't going to grow back. We need to replant that one. Okay, cool. 4 vines is enough. It would be enough. Let's see, what is this shop going to be? Work site for the shopping districts. Oh, Rendog's Rail Network is going to go by here. That's cool. Does this just fall into the mall now? No, because I blocked it off. Okay, good. Okay, so we can just put this here. Oh, stretch. Whew. Okay. So straight down we go. Hey, it worked. We stayed within range. So all of this is still growing. We can go ahead and start harvesting some of these. Okay, so let's see, it is 12:30 almost now. So here's what I'm kind of thinking is I should go ahead and start recording the next episode, even though we're not going to finish recording it, just to kind of set up what I want to do off camera, and then hopefully I have some time tonight to work on. Oh no, I won't have time tonight because I got to work tonight. Dang it. Hopefully I'll have time tomorrow morning, I guess, to work on some off-camera stuff. But let's go ahead and there's a big flat wall here that I was thinking we could put some of these vines on. Just kind of have them come down from like up here. And like here. Here. That's probably a good start. Those will go a long way. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a bathroom break, and then we will start the recording. Once again, feel free to make donations at paypal.me/JoeHills, and I will read those before we get started if we get any. Cool. Time skip. Just kidding, bathroom. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Savannah literally only has trees. That's probably true. Taiga will probably win, some people think. Oh, interesting. Maybe a different biome that nobody's considered will win. Did you consider that? These Minecraft people, they do what they want, man. They probably already picked ocean. They're like, we're going to do the oceans again. More oceans all the time. Okay, where were we? We are back. We're no longer AFK. I kind of like... Wouldn't it be nice if there's a new microbiome called Oasis? Yeah, Oasis with a healing water would be awesome. Good suggestion, Benedict Truman. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we're doing. How about the Nether? I would love more stuff in the Nether. You guys hear me? Okay, great. So let's... A lot of this stream is just me killing pumpkins, taking names. Out of all the hermits, you're the first on live stream I watched. Thank you, Dude82. Ah, oh no, I misfired my... Whoops, okay. Well, we'll have to replant that one. Okay, so we'll put one here. One here, one here. Let's get some bones and actually grow a few of these. I know I had bones. Where did they go? That's not insufficient bones to meal that. Okay, there we go. Mirages would be cool in the desert. That's actually a really cool idea. Yeah, I think I like that. Whoops. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Oh, man. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to get hungry, so I'm not sure. Can you use bone meal on vines? Do you guys know? Does bone meal work on vines? I feel like it didn't used to, but that's the sort of thing that they might change. No. Okay. Well, in the very least, we're going to move this vine over to here. So, cool. And, hey, these are starting to come in, too. Good. Can I actually reach either of them? They're all just going to go straight down, aren't they? To the stairwell. Boom. Could have sworn I got 3. Is there another one down here somewhere? Oh well. Ooh, Sandstorm would also be a cool desert edition. Could kill your crops, yeah. Hey, welcome, Ideal Novelist. Glad to have you today. Okay. Boom. Slowly but surely we're building a pumpkin patch. Halloween time grows near. Slowly but surely the pumpkins are getting hatched. Why are they in eggs? It's unclear. Slowly but surely... Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Yeah, I think I'm starting to fade, guys. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Recording wise, we got that really solid recording earlier. But I feel like if I don't start this episode with something, I don't feel like I have the right hook yet. What's the hook for this episode is kind of what I'm... So, like, I've been doing work on the pumpkin patch and stuff for the last few episodes, so it's not too cool for me to do that. The last one had that cool hook of, like, hey, look, it's the mall. We're all up in the mall. We're mall up in the all. You know, that sort of thing. Like, this one, though, it's more... I guess I should really start working on the next tier of the place... But, like, the vines haven't grown in enough to really showcase that very well. Let's see what the chat is saying. Welcome, Lewis R. Glad to have you. It'd be cool if there was another kind of cactus. That'd be cool. Who is Jevin Nation? That's iJevin's camera account. Have you considered making your water resources waterlogged blocks, like cobble wall and stairs so people don't fall? Ooh, I do like that idea. That is a really good idea. Yeah, I should probably... I feel like there are a lot of things to think about in here. Like, what do I want to do with this wall or this platform? How am I going to get mob heads from False when she's in Boston? I can't go to Boston because it's too late. And I have to work. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the punch list for this is pretty, you know, maybe if I had some like creepy stone brick walls with the vines or something up in here. Oh, there's that other vine. We can get it, guys. Wow, I'm surprised we actually got that. We did it. We were just as successful as I somehow anticipated, despite not realizing it was possible. I do kind of want to hang vines off that thing. I think that'll make it look more interesting. Okay. How would we... See, we could have some Halloween colors along these walls, maybe. Sorry, ideal novelist. If you mix stone brick with mossy stone brick and then some stone on that wall, you could showcase that wall. Yeah. Mossy cobble, yeah. Well, okay. You know what? I think that, like, I'm definitely at the point where I've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I normally only stream for an hour. My brain is starting to turn to mush about my options here. So I need to go get lunch. But thank you guys so much for joining me today for this stream. I don't think there's going to be a stream tomorrow, but the afternoons next week, there will probably be streams. I'm working out my schedule still. But Monday through Wednesday, I think I should be able to stream in the afternoon, my time. Don't know exactly how yet. Transportation-wise, stuff like that. I've got a really weird schedule for the next 2 weeks, but so in theory it'll make it more likely that I'll stream, but it makes it harder for me to know exactly when. So it's a mystery. Okay, thank you guys so much for all your donations to Christina and Laura. Until next time stream, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Oh wait, is there somebody we can raid? I should probably check the raid thing. Hermitcraft.com. Let's see who we can raid. The only person live is me. Okay, mixer.com/following. Is anybody worth following on streaming right now? No, people I know aren't streaming right now. Is anyone I know streaming on twitch.tv? Probably not. Let's see. Following. Nothing. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna do a raid because it doesn't look like anybody I know is streaming. So until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville.